We are live here on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic. And today we're here to review WWE No Way Out 2003. And, through the month of February, we are continuing these No Way Out reviews. Again, a little disclaimer here. I really enjoyed these early 2000 No Way Outs. I really enjoyed these, except 1998. But the rest of these No Way Outs have been good to great, and this was an exception with a great one. Which, let's go ahead and get started with this review. So, first match we got kicked off with was Jeff Hardy versus Chris Jericho. Now, this was a good match, and at the time, Chris Jericho, he was feuding with Shawn Michaels because, he eliminated Shawn Michaels from the Royal Rumble in 2003. And then, Shawn, he would show up to help Jeff Hardy defend off Christian and Jericho. And, at this time storyline, that's pretty much the build behind this. Which I didn't understand, why they chose to do this here, because they were in Montreal, and Shawn Michaels, he got booed. He did not get, he got booed out of this building here because, this is where Screwjob happened, pretty much. In Montreal. And, pretty much the roles got flipped here. Chris Jericho, he got, cheered, and then Michaels got booed. And, this was very fun. And I don't really remember if Jericho and Jeff Hardy really had a rivalry back then. I mean, maybe back in, 2007 and, 2009 area, probably they had a feud, but I don't remember them really having a feud. And also, this is the time, Hardy was becoming to come out on his own as a singles competitor, and also a couple years later, a year earlier, he was in a match with The Undertaker, that ladder match, and that's pretty much what made Jeff Hardy that big star. And, this was a very fun match here, and, I just really enjoyed this match. And also, maybe it could have been WWE's, fault for letting Jeff Hardy go, or it could have been Jeff Hardy's drug problems. I mean, who knows? Maybe if Jeff Hardy wasn't having those drug problems, he would still be in WWE today. But the winner of the match was Chris Jericho, and I was happy with this. It progressed their feud and between Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels. And I remember a lot of the stuff on the show because this is the year I started watching professional wrestling. I remember a lot of 2003. It's just clear in my mind. But DJ, what's your thoughts on this?
First off, I thought it was weird that there was no video package to start off this show. I don't know. I guess I've just kind of gotten used to having some sort of video package to start off the show, just in general. So I was a little surprised that there was no video package to start this show. Shout out to Jeff Hardy for upgrading the face paint throughout the years, because that first batch of face paint with the white struggle paint, no, it wasn't good. But this match was really good, and I think now we're getting into where WWE is starting off the shows with exciting matches, and starting off the show with guys who people really like. In the past, it seemed like they weren't necessarily starting them off with guys who were doing suicide dives and guys who were doing all the aerial moves to kind of start the show with a bang. But in this show, definitely I felt like this was a good way to start off the show. The drop kick out of the springboard attempt from Jericho was really good. Like that a lot. But yeah, this match was just good. I thought it was a really good match to start off the show. I agree with Justin there that it would have been amazing if Jeff Hardy wouldn't have gotten released from WWE. But it was, I think it was kind of cool too to see these guys kind of have singles careers. I'm talking about Jeff and Matt Hardy now. See these guys have singles careers at this point in time, because obviously we see now they have their current singles runs they're having now. So it's kind of cool to contrast Jeff Hardy and the iconic Matt Hardy now compared to Jeff Hardy back then and version 1 back then. But yeah, I definitely like this match.
First off, going back to DJ or Justin talking about the early, years of No Way Out. I agree. I think 2000 to 2004, 5 was really the best when it was doing really good, and then it kind of, I don't want to say it let off, but I don't think it was as good after that. But then again, and I'm not going to say 98 was bad necessarily. It was just that it was a brand new pay-per-view at the time, and any brand new pay-per-view, the first one is kind of iffy because they don't know if it's going to work out. They don't know, if it's going to be a one-hit wonder and they're going to have to do something new. They don't do that anymore because they don't give a shit, and they do shit like Fastlane. Um, but as for Jericho and Jeff Hardy, I felt like on paper this was an awesome match. I just didn't think it turned out to be that good of a match. Unfortunately, I didn't think Jeff looked really good in this match. This was kind of, the very, the beginnings of his kind of drug issues, unfortunately, and I felt like he looked sloppy in this match. I didn't feel like he was at his potential in this match. I feel like, like I said, this could have been an awesome match with Jericho and Jeff Hardy. I just don't think it was that good of a match, but that's just my opinion. But, it was okay for an opening match.
Yeah, definitely. And also, there's one thing I want to say. The February pay-per-views back then, like, they actually had meaning towards them. They actually built up towards WrestleMania, which, these days, like, since, like, 2010 to, like, current now, like, we don't get much build-up between, like these February pay-per-views. I mean, the February pay-per-views, like, are shit these days. Like, they don't really mean anything, which, hopefully, at Fastlane, they try kind of churn this around, make the February pay-per-views mean more, because, I like the pay-per-views when they meant more, the build-ups and, yeah. But the next match we're going to be talking about is the WWE World Tag Team titles, William Regal and Lance Storm versus Kane and Rob Van Dam. I mean, this match was all right. I didn't really, see Regal and, Storm as a team, really. I didn't really see them as a team. But Kane and RVD, they were kind of having an off and on tag team relationship, kind of. And this match wasn't really anything special here. But the winners of the match were Regal and Lance Storm. They retained their titles. I mean, it was a fun match. I mean, the teams did what they were pretty much supposed to do, and like I said, it was a fun match, and really not much to complain about here. But, DJ, what's your thoughts on this?
Thoughts on this tag team match? I agree. I feel like I had a point that I was going to agree on, and then I forgot it. So there we go. I know what it was. I remember a lot of these matches, especially from 2003. I have a couple of DVDs from 2003 too, but I don't have this one in particular. I remember this finish with Kane accidentally show slamming RVD when his mask got messed up or whatever. But for some reason, I remember this finish, but I don't remember William Regal and Lance Storm being a tag team. I don't know why. It's just one of those moments that escaped my mind.
Yeah, same here. Like, I just never really saw them as a tag team, really. Yeah. Like, two different type of styles, kind of,
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but just for some reason, I didn't really remember them as a tag team. Obviously, I remember Kane and RVD, but not Lance Storm and Regal. Yeah, this match was okay. It was just nice to go back and see Kane and RVD work together again. As a tag team. It seemed like it was kind of a weird tag team at the time, but with the contrast in styles, it actually worked really well. Oh.
Y'all ain't never seen a good tag team. Boy, I loved this match. I loved William Regal and Lance Storm as a tag team, especially as tag team champions. They were a really good heel tag team. They kind of had similar characters in that, William Regal is obviously English and British, whatever, and Lance Storm is Canadian, and they had that character that they're better than these filthy Americans. They just had that air of we're better than you, and they're just always been really good heels. They're really good in the ring. I mean, yes, they have a contrast in style, but it worked really well. I feel like. Great ending to this match. I liked. I liked that they kind of used Kane's mask against him, on this, this ending of this match. I thought that was, innovative for the time. Because up to that point, they really, he had the mask, but it hadn't really been used like that in a match before, where it was moved to the side so he couldn't see, and subsequently, he choke slammed his own partner because he thought it was Lance Storm. But I really like this match. Y'all don't even know what a good tag team match is. Like I don't even think you ever seen a good tag team match. Like y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
We're crazy.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
That's not a nice word to use. Like I can't use that around AJ. But I don't know why I brought that up there. The next match we're going to be talking about is the Cruiserweight Championship match. We have Matt Hardy versus Billy Kidman. And I remember this, like, clear in my mind. Like, the promo before this, with Matt Hardy saying, how he had to lose some weight, to get into the Cruiserweight division. And also, Shannon Moore, he was with Matt Hardy at this time. I don't really remember Shannon Moore at this time, really. But, Shannon Moore was with him. And this was, when Hardy, was on like really good back then. When he was starting to make a singles run of his own. And I mean, not much people really remember this run as him like with the version 1.0, which I thought the version 1.0 was like really funny. Like people think it's like underrated. Like people usually talk about his 05 babyface run. That's what they usually talk about, but. Like I said, the version 1.0 was kind of underrated, but this was very good match, and I was happy that they put the title on Matt Hardy, and he did a lot of great, Cruiserweight Championship matches, and I kind of wish to this day they still had the Cruiserweight Championship around. Like, it was just really good at this time, and, he was putting on a lot of great matches, and yeah, but like I said, the winner of the match was Matt Hardy, and DJ, what's your thoughts?
All right. Matt Hardy versus Billy Kidman. I was excited for this match. I didn't remember this match exactly. But I was excited because I was like, Billy Kidman? Billy Kidman? I heard the music and I couldn't remember who it was off the top of my head. And then when I saw him, I was like, yeah, Shooting Star Press, let's do it. I was really, really excited for this match. I agree with you. I definitely like the Matt Hardy version 1. I'm trying to figure out if I like version 1 more than I like the iconic Matt Hardy because I really like the iconic Matt Hardy thing he's going with now. But I like the version 1 thing, and I love the little little blurbs he would have on the side of his entrance. I just thought that was funny. Or did you know he would, Matt Hardy hates snowstorms or something like that is the one that was on this one, which I thought was pretty funny. Kind of went with what was going on, which I like too. It wasn't all the same. It was always something different. I do remember Shannon Moore at this time. I remember him being with Matt Hardy. I think I remember more, with that mohawk he used to have, but I do remember him at this time too. I agree. I do like the Cruiserweight Championship. It was something different about it. As much as I love the light heavyweight championship, the Cruiserweight title, it had something else to it. It had a limit to it, which kind of made it seem different. The light heavyweight title was like, well, what constitutes a light heavyweight? Whereas a cruiserweight is specific. I love that Matt Hardy had to lose weight to get into this match. I thought that was funny. But the twist affair from the top, loved it. Was hoping I'd see a Shooting Star Press, but WWE always disappointing me and stuff. Shame.
It's a shame. It's a damn shame. I kind of miss this Matt Hardy. I can hear myself really loud. Why can't I? What? There we go. I miss the Matt Hardy V1 gimmick with the Mattitude. I miss the Mattitude. And I don't know about you guys, but I personally am an MFer, a Matt follower. If you don't remember what that is, it's nothing bad. It's a Matt follower. Personally. Um, I also loved his entrance too with the random facts. This one to correct DJ was Matt is annoyed by ice and snow. If that's what it was. That's what it. But I thought this was a pretty good match. Again, I was excited to see Billy Kidman because it's been a long time since we've actually seen him. I think he still works for WWE as a producer now. But as for Matt, again, I feel like I liked this heel run better than his face run later on because I feel like in his face run, Edge kind of overshadowed him more. I remember more from Edge in that feud more than Matt Hardy, but I definitely remember the Matt Hardy V1. I remember the shirt. I remember him and Shannon Moore, his little MFer. I remember Taz always saying his little MFer, which I always thought was funny. And also, since DJ can't argue it because he's blocked right now. The cruiserweight title is far superior to the light heavyweight title in every way. It's you gonna say something?
You're a liar. You're a liar, and it's a fact. The light heavyweight championship is the greatest. I had to say it. I had to do it.
The cruiserweight title is the greatest. Oh, I thought he blocked me again. I was like, it is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Not the move, the actual bread that is sliced. Not the move that the red-haired bimbo can't do because she can't do the simplest. Anyway, we'll get to her in the NXT review.
Okay, the next match we're going to be talking about is The Undertaker versus Big Show. Now, I didn't really think this match needed to happen. I didn't really understand why this was happening either. I mean, actually, I kind of did understand why this happened because Big Show attacked Taker, at the end of 2002, and then Taker, he returned at the Royal Rumble and then got eliminated by Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble. Like I said, he got eliminated by Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble, and then Undertaker went after Big Show, and then and I just didn't really think this rivalry really needed to happen, and I understand logic, like I said, but the winner of the match was Undertaker. He made Big Show tap out by the Hell's Gate, which the Hell's Gate was like a submission. They weren't calling it the Hell's Gate at this time until a few years later. But DJ, what's your thoughts?
I forgot the big bad show. He was never really called that. I just made it up just now. I forgot the Big Show was a Paul Heyman guy. I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why I don't remember Big Show. There were a lot of Paul Heyman guys. That's probably why. In this time, everyone was. I think I was a Paul Heyman guy at this point, so I forgot because I thought I was the only one, like everybody else. So, I get it. I get it. I understand my confusion. But I love watching old Undertaker matches. It's so fun to watch. Not that current Undertaker is not fun to watch. But it's just fun to go back and watch him. With the strikes, he was just so good with the striking game, and he was just so fun to watch back in the day. Just even with whatever gimmick he ran with, he just kind of ran with it. I love the big evil gimmick. It was a nice contrast to the original Undertaker gimmick. Yes.
There's something I want to add. And, back at this time, Big Show, he was on his WWE tear run, back in 2002. And I'm kind of happy they didn't do this match at Mania because this probably would have been very bad. And, their matches back in 2003 were better than 2008 because I remember the rivalry in 08 and it was not very good. But you can go ahead and talk again.
All right. Um, Shout out to Sweet Tea coming out there to help. You know, I see you, Sweet Tea. And then he got hit with the dead man's dive, poor fella. I never understood why Sweet Tea had his nipples pierced. I never understood it. I thought it was interesting, but I was like so confused. He had a lot of piercings back in the day, though. He had the little doohickey with the chin, and then anyway. Um, Taker will win with the triangle choke, which I thought was a good way. I think this is like the debut of the move or something like that. It seemed like they were kind of throwing that out there for us, but I definitely I liked that Taker never really changed. It felt like in any of his characters, like as far as his character changed, but his like moveset never really like just completely took a 180. So I like that. But yeah, this was a good match. I like I don't know if I was looking forward to it because I even told Casey last night we were talking about St. Valentine's Day Massacre, maybe the day before, and he was talking about how Big Show debuted, and I was like, oh, but you know, I was excited for this match though. I definitely liked it.
I don't know how to follow that. I mean, DJ be looking at A Train's nips, and he's supposed to be watching the match. You
Well, It's
focus
cause
on
it's
his
cause
nips.
it's cause there's a little shiny part, and you know when there's something shiny, you look at it real quick. You don't want to stare at it, but you look at it real quick to see what it is. You know
Yeah, but
that's
you were
how
staring. You were
I
staring.
wasn't. I because my eyes they wouldn't be able to.
But then
Yeah.
anyway, Big Show, the big bad booty dad. Wait, no, that's Scott Steiner. My bad. He was the original Paul Heyman guy in WWE. Um, but I kind of this was an okay match. This was obviously back when Show was younger. He could still kind of go in the ring and be believable. Whereas anymore, it's just, oh god, another Show match. Um, but I liked it. I personally liked his kind of short run with Undertaker as Undertaker's kind of protege. That a lot of people don't remember that period, but this was a pretty good match. It didn't make sense to a point, but then again, with Taker attacking. With Show attacking Taker and getting his revenge, and then you add in the fact that Vince loves big guys, and he has to have a match with two big guys. So he didn't have John Cena yet at this time. I know. Let that sink in. John Cena was not in the WWE yet. We would still have a little over a year until we had to deal with. I don't know what the hell he's saying. He be.
I don't know what he's saying, but
I mean,
I mean, who cares right now?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, who
I
cares?
mean,
Probably something about John Cena's
there,
propelled.
there's one thing I have to add. I'm surprised that Big Show and Undertaker they didn't have a rivalry back on the Attitude Era. Like they should have had a rivalry back in '99 or something. But I was just surprised they didn't have one. Cause I don't think they did they? Mm-mm. They probably had some matches against each other, but they never had a pure rivalry. But yeah. Moving on. Next match we're going to be talking about is a 3-on-2 handicap match. We had Kurt Angle, Shelton Benjamin, and Charlie Haas versus Brock Lesnar and Chris Benoit. The person who can't say his name, which I did to say his name, and Edge was supposed to be, the partner, but of course he legitimately got hurt, and they filmed a backstage segment, at the show saying that he got attacked backstage, which I don't really think who they told who was, which they didn't even tell who it was, which Edge would return a year later, and he would get drafted to Raw, and because he had neck surgery. And I think they should have replaced Edge with somebody. They should have just replaced him, because it kind of feels like they made Team Angle look a little weak here. With Brock Lesnar and Chris Benoit winning the match, and I think this match could have gone on a little longer. This only went for 13 minutes. Geez, 13 matches, that's a lot of matches, but it's only for 13 minutes. I mean, amazing stuff what they did to these matches. It was like pure wrestling type of match, and of course, Angle, he was a WWE champion at this time, and Lesnar, he was going to be going for the WWE championship at WrestleMania, and Chris Benoit would have a great match with who did Lesnar? I mean, who did Benoit face at Mania? Oh wait, no. Benoit had a great match with Angle at the Rumble, which that match was amazing at the Rumble. But like I said, Team Brock pretty much won this match, and it was good. It was a really fun match, and like I said, pure wrestling match. Everybody did what they played their role in this match. It was just really fun. But DJ,
You would let me talk earlier. I was trying to correct Casey, but you guys didn't care about what I was saying. So, anyway, I was trying to tell Casey that he is wrong. John Cena actually debuted in 2002, so he was already around. So now Casey can go cry in the corner over there. I see the corner. You can go over there and cry in it, because don't you unhide him. You wouldn't unhide me. Don't you unhide him. No.
Wait. Was he on this show? Was he anywhere to be seen?
They said his name.
Was he in a storyline?
But they said his name though, so he was there. So
he was still a jobber.
He was officially a part. He was never a jobber. John Cena was never a jobber, ever.
Did he have the colorful shirts yet? No.
The Dr. Thugonomics gimmick gave him a lot of titles, actually. A lot of them. A lot. Anyway.
That man didn't even have a PhD.
Anyway. I was just curious because I didn't know. I was concerned. When did Brock Lesnar and Chris Benoit become qualified to carry a gurney? I was just wondering because if they drop Edge, that's an insurance problem on WWE. Then they got to figure out, what to do, and then they won't have no 3-on-2 match tonight. So they need to make sure that they sign a waiver before they get them to carry that gurney. I'm just trying to help WWE out. But anyway. I like this match. I loved the World's Greatest Tag Team. I love Team Angle in general, but I loved the World's Greatest Tag Team too. I used to love that finisher that they had. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But Angle always had the grip. He always had the grip. He had that headlock on Brock Lesnar forever. No matter what Lesnar did, he was gripping on that head. He had it. But anyway, when Lesnar ran Angle's head into the top turnbuckle, I was like, ow, that hurts a little bit. That hurts. It was amazing to me after watching Kurt Angle German suplex. Was it Benoit off the top of the top turnbuckle? Can't remember off the top of my head, but after seeing that German, it was amazing watching the combined speed of Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle. They were so fast, both of them, and it was just crazy. And then Benoit and Angle trading submissions makes me miss Benoit even more as a wrestler. But I definitely like this match. It was very technical. There was action going on in very different places. The World's Greatest Tag Team was in it, so you can't go wrong. You can't. I mean, it can't be It can only be a 5-star match if the World's Greatest Tag Team is in it. That's how it works.
I mean, I disagree. I do disagree, but I like that they didn't say who attacked Edge. They kind of tried to keep it a mystery, but earlier in the night you saw Team Angle kind of making a plan for the match, so you knew they were kind of involved in it somehow. And I, unlike Justin, like the fact that it was 2-on-3. It made Benoit and Lesnar at the time, made them seem stronger and, overcoming the odds and, beating the heels because, they were faces at the time and Team Angle were the heels. So, even without that, third member, they still were able to overcome the odds. And also, Justin, or DJ, not Justin this time. I usually yell at Justin, so that's why I usually say Justin. But DJ, you need to know, It's probably on their Wikipedia page if you look, but I know you don't look at Wikipedia. They are professional gurney carriers. They are. It says it, I'm pretty sure, on their Wikipedia page. They went to gurney carrying college. It's a thing. Look it up, and they professional. They know what they doing. That's what that. But yeah, that's that. I'm gonna stop talking now. But that's what.
Yeah, because you're a liar. Because you're a liar. Thank you, Justin, for allowing me to respond. There is no Gurney Carrying College, GCC, none of that. That sounds like community college. That's probably some random community college you just made up and you just put Gurney inside of it. No, 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 no. You're wrong. You're wrong, Casey.
Okay. There's something I wanted to add. Oh yeah, the reason why I was kind of mad that that it wasn't a 6-on-6, 3-on-3, 6-on-6. The reason why I was mad it wasn't a 3-on-3 is because the Team Angle, they were the greatest tag team. They were a newly tag team, so this brought them as a new tag team. So I don't like how they made him lose cleanly. Maybe if they made him lose dirty, that would have been all right. But I mean, like, they didn't need to lose clean here, in my opinion. And DJ is showing Wikipedia right now. I don't know why, but he is okay then.
Yep. I'm showing it to show that there is no Gurney Carrying College for Brock Lesnar. This is Brock Lesnar's official Wikipedia page, and Bismarck State College is not Gurney Carrying College. Last time, University of Minnesota. The last time I checked, I just wanted to prove Casey wrong.
Okay then, but the next match we'll be talking about is the World Heavyweight Championship match. We got Triple H versus Scott Steiner, and this was a rematch from the Royal Rumble, which I didn't think they really needed to do rematch, but maybe the reason why they did a rematch is because Triple H got himself disqualified at the Royal Rumble, so that's probably why, like I said. And this match was not very much better than the Rumble. I mean, Evolution will get involved. I mean, and that will cause help Triple H to win the match. So Triple H retained his World Heavyweight Championship, and Batista and Orton, they would get hurt. Wouldn't be too long after, so they had to stall. Put Evolution on hold right now, and like I said, this match wasn't very good, and Steiner, he would be on his way out the door, in a year, and he would also get injured. So this kind of had a curse on this match, like with Triple H, because pretty much all these guys got injured except Triple H. But like I said, wasn't a very good match. But DJ, what's your thoughts?
First off, Justin, holla if you hear me. That's where I'm gonna start my first point. I don't know, for some reason, I don't know if it's like nostalgia, because I don't know how much I really liked Scott Steiner in the ring.
Oh, there's one thing I want to add. Also, there was a lot of rematches on this show. A lot of rematches. But go back to what you were saying.
Now I forgot my point. I have nothing. No. I feel like, I don't know if it, like I was saying, I don't know if it was a nostalgia thing, but for some reason I really like Scott Steiner in this match in particular. I know Scott Steiner wasn't the greatest thing ever, but he had the world's largest arms. He did. They were really big. He had that little ball that was really weird. Looked like it was like surgically placed in there or something. I was really confused. But I don't know. For some reason, I like this match. I love Evolution. Love Evolution. That's where my undenying love for Randy Orton came. That's where he became one of my favorites for the time. No matter what he was, this was kind of me growing up a little bit, because I know, like, I didn't care no matter if Randy Orton was a bad guy or a good guy. I loved him anyway. But I definitely, for some reason, I like this match. I love the involvement. I also, speaking of Triple H's character, which, not that I hated the character, I just hated Triple H as a wrestler at this point, just because he always found ways to win. He would always try to get that DQ. I love how he tried to, like, blatantly get the DQ in this match, and obviously he didn't get it. But I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny how he was trying his luck. But yeah, for some reason I like this match. Probably more nostalgic than anything. And what in the world, Casey? I mean, you know Scott Steiner for longer than me. What in the world is on his head when he comes out to the ring? Like the little beat. I don't even think it wore tonight, but for some reason I just can't. I can't with that. I don't know what that is. I'm
The
never gonna
man,
know.
the man gotta wear his chain link headdress thing, in case somebody be attacking his head. He got that protection, and plus it looks badass. It looks badass. Um, but I this wasn't really my favorite feud. I just felt like it was really forgettable. I don't think a lot of people really. I mean, there's matches that Triple H and Steiner had, like one or two that kind of remember, but I feel like this feud in general was kind of forgettable. I personally liked Steiner more in WCW, and I didn't like the Evolution Triple H. I think this is the only Triple H that I didn't like, just because it wasn't him. I felt like when you think of Triple H, you think of like the cerebral assassin, the King of Kings, and this was kind of, I don't know, it just I didn't like it. And damn, Randy Orton be looking young, man. Like, he didn't even have his first pube yet. I mean, like, 2 days after this show, he actually hit puberty. It was great. But yeah.
DJ's cracking up over there. But yeah, moving on. Next match we're going to be talking about is Stone Cold versus Eric Bischoff, which just wasn't really a match. I mean, which Austin, he returned since June of 2002. Vince McMahon, he kind of urged, like, he kind of wanted, Eric Bischoff to take Raw by the throat to boost, pretty much boost the ratings. So he brought Stone Cold back, and he was looking for Stone Cold in a whole bunch of bars, which he couldn't find him. But then, he finally made his return here, which, pretty much he would beat up Eric Bischoff and then hit 3 stunners, and, pretty much that was that. I mean, it was cool to see that, Austin back, and, we get the rematch between Austin and The Rock at WrestleMania 19, and Casey, you have another point to make?
I was just gonna see if we can make sure that DJ okay over there. I mean, he was having some troubles, and I just want to make sure that he's health wise he's okay. I mean, are you okay? You can't talk to me, but are you okay? Are you good? Are you all right? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. That was a good joke. It was.
I mean, it wasn't a joke. It was for real. He hit puberty 2 days later.
Anyway, Bischoff versus Cold. How come we never call Stone Cold just Cold? It would just be weird. just be weird. I feel like I think we should have called him. I think we should have said Bischoff versus Cold, Rock versus Cold. I think it would have worked. I think if they would have said it once, ran with it, we would have been fine. I can't quit looking at Justin. But anyway, shout out to Bischoff, man. That black belt. That black belt. He came out with that kick real quick. It was quick. It was quick. Stone Cold didn't even feel it. It was so quick. It was so quick. Stone Cold didn't even feel it. So, Cold. Cold didn't even feel it. And then Bischoff, he just fell over with that stunner. Like the first stunner, Stone Cold hit the stunner and he just dead. Like it was over for Bischoff. But I don't know. I like the Bischoff Stone Cold feud, the Bischoff Cold feud. I just thought it was a pretty good. It was just like what they could do back and forth as far as especially like promo and the redneck triathlon, which will come later. It was just fun. It was fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with DJ, but I think we need to call him Stone. Just call him Stone, and then at WrestleMania 32, have Rock versus Stone. Best match in WrestleMania history, I guarantee it. Rock versus Stone. But all I have to say about this match is, I don't know who doesn't enjoy seeing Eric Bischoff get his ass kicked. I mean, it's just it don't even have to be any scientific, wrestling moves. Just beat him. Just make him bleed. This is the match that we need blood. Eric Bischoff's blood specifically. But yeah, I mean that black belt, it didn't do much for him in this match. I think he bought it on eBay, to be honest. I think he just bought it, and he was doing some moves that he saw on a YouTube video. Was YouTube out in 2003? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
but yeah, I think it came out. I think it started in 2005.
Yeah, I think
anyway.
that's 5.
But anyway, but yeah, it's always good to see Eric Bischoff, get his ass kicked. And Vince, Rock versus Stone, Mania 32, book it.
Okay then. And then the next match we're going to be talking about is the main event. We have The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. And this is the rematch from WrestleMania 18. And the special guest, there was a special guest referee in this match was Sergio Gagne. Is that his name? Yeah, I think that's his name. He was a special guest referee in this match, which I didn't even notice that until later on in the match. And this was not the best match. Of course, they were in Montreal, so you knew there was kind of going to be a screw job in this match. But I enjoyed this match. I really loved The Rock as, the Hollywood asshole at this time. I really enjoyed that. The crowd was hot for this match. And, they were back in Toronto for WrestleMania 18, so what? I mean, maybe if they were in a different city, it might not work, but they worked really good here, and the in-ring action wasn't the best, but I was pretty much, this was good for an entertainment standpoint, but the lights go out, and Vince McMahon comes out, and he goes like, "Oh, what happened? What happened here?" And I think Hogan gets laid out, and then Vince McMahon slides in a chair, and then The Rock hits Hogan with the chair, and then pins Hogan for the 1, 2, 3, and we figured out that Sergio Gagne was, in it with Vince and The Rock, and this was set up Vince and Hogan at WrestleMania 19, but this was fun though. But DJ, what's your thoughts?
Another match that I remember like verbatim, it seems like. I remember and I at first I was like, do I really remember this match? And then I saw Rock hitting him with the Hogan, the belt they used to wear, the weightlifting belt he used to wear, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this match. I didn't remember the ending for some reason, but I do remember this match. I was wondering. I was like, number one, I love Hollywood Rock. Now I love Hollywood Rock. I didn't then. Hated him then. Was really mad at him then. But nonetheless, if the lights went out today, there would be so many cell phones like in that crowd. It kind of shows you how dated this pay-per-view is a little bit, like as far as like technology is concerned. Because if the lights go off now, like immediately people are like cell phone, you know. But yeah, I like this match. I like the Hogan Rock feud. I think I liked it better when Hogan was in the NWO. But Casey, do you have any thoughts on this match? I haven't said that all video, so I feel like I just needed to make sure you knew that it was your turn to talk.
Is it my turn? Is it really my turn?
But first, I got to finish my point. I didn't have a real point. I just wanted to say that. Yep.
First of all, the man named Sylvain Grenier. You guys to get that Grenier. He was part of La Resistance. I hated them so much, but years later,
La Resistance.
La Resistance.
You gotta get an umph in that. You gotta get a
Am I the only one who absolutely hated both The Rock and Hogan's music in this show around this time? Especially Hogan's. Hogan's was so generic that if I closed my eyes and turned off commentary, I would have had no idea who it was at all. It didn't sound like his music at all. It didn't. There was nothing. It was just so bad. Um, but this was just kind of again, build up to Rock Hogan. I think it was the next WrestleMania, which I mean was just kind of icon versus icon. The thing that they seem to do that every 10 years or whatever. They did that with Hogan, Rock, and then they did Rock, Cena. I'm sure they're gonna do. I'm sure they're gonna do Cena somebody at some point. But it wasn't really a good match, and I hated that they basically just tried to redo the Montreal Screwjob with Hogan. I mean, everyone knew it was going to happen, and it was so infamous, but I don't know. I just didn't like it personally. I thought they could have gone without that. I mean, yes, it was their first pay-per-view back in Montreal since the screw job, but I mean, either way, it didn't have the same effect. So why waste the time of doing it if it's not going to give you the same effect as it did? I mean, people were still kind of upset, but it was nowhere. I felt like it was nowhere near the original Montreal screw job.
And there's one more thing I want to add about the Montreal Screwjob. I could think of like so many Montreal Screwjobs that happened here. Of course, we had the one in with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. We had the one here. Then we had the one Breaking Point 2009 with Undertaker and CM Punk. And I remember we had one with it was in TNA. I don't remember who it was with though. Who was it with? I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But it was with somebody. I don't know. I know it was in TNA though, like back in 2011 or something. It was somewhere around there. But now the match I would choose for you guys to go back and watch probably be the Matt Hardy versus Billy Kidman match, the Cruiserweight Championship match. That is my favorite because I think DJ is going to be picking that match right there. So that's why I had to get it before DJ can snag that for me. So yeah, DJ, what's your favorite match?
My favorite match is Matt Hardy versus Billy Kidman. Wait, he already chose it? What? Justin? No. My favorite match, I think the match you should go watch, personally, is the dark match between DJ Beal and the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. It happened. It was a dark match. You might have to like go into the deep dark archives to find it, but you'll see it. You'll see it. But the match on this show that you want look too hard to find, I'm gonna go with Big Show versus Undertaker. For some reason, I really like this match, and this would be the match that I would want you to go watch, because I still believe in big wrestlers. Because God forbid anyone be not big, and yeah, I had a good point, but I don't have it anymore. Casey, what's your match of the night? Ryback versus Big Show.
My match, no. My match was another dark match that y'all didn't see. It was Ryback versus Goldberg. It happened. It happened. It was there. It was not as dark of a match as DJ's match, but it was still pretty dark. You gotta look in the archives. But for a match that you don't have to search for endlessly, scouring the internet. I'm sure they'll put it on the WWE Network at some point. But I'm gonna say the women's title match. Wait, no, that wasn't. I'm gonna go with the World Tag Team Championships of the World that was my match of the night.
Yeah, definitely. And so that was our No Way Out 2003 review. And later on tonight, we're going to be doing our Fastlane 2016 prediction, so stay tuned for that. And tomorrow, we're probably going to be doing our No Way Out 2004 review, so stay tuned for that, because we're continuing this in the month of February. And then our Fastlane review on Sunday, so stay tuned for that also. And we're going to keep doing, our No Way Out reviews, like I said. And, don't forget to follow the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast on Twitter, which, at ICW_podcast. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at the TrueJSB, and don't forget to subscribe to Juggernaut 097 and subscribe to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, which the link will be down below. And we're gonna let Casey end it how he always ends it if he doesn't block anybody. But yeah.
First of all, I would really like to know why No Way Out is so sexist. We ain't had one women's match at all. At all. We have not seen any of the beautiful women's that WWE had to offer at this time. It's a damn shame. It's a tragedy. But DJ loves it when I say this. He be loving it. He be loving it.
Wait. We haven't had a women's match in like 3 years.
He be loving it in all of the time.
No.
Shut up.
Can I ignore you? Can I please, Justin? Justin, can I do it? Can I block him?
He be loving it. We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.